The intro does abso-fucking-lutely nothing to quell the people screeching about historical accuracy after others in the past have been doing the same exact thing about lack of character customization, but hopefully this press conference will actually hype up the new Battlefield game, unlike the previous reveal that forced people to get excited about DICE's new game only after watching videos of YouTubers which are part of their marketing team even though they aren't being directly paid by them, but instead being flown out to events and reap the benefits of the viral-esque 411 videos as if they're not getting a competitive advantage somehow from these non-payments. Hell, even DICE are making fun of themselves for how badly the reveal trailer was received.
It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, there's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer.
So far, this is starting off with a limp, as even the characters in the gameplay know that the promise of answering questions in the 4 minutes of scripted bullet points and showing off more footage of the actual game is complete bullshit, as it's just the same screenshots we've already seen, just set in the cold of Scandinavia, like this one of soldier customization that's clearly nonsense, as why would somebody be wearing short or rolled up sleeves when it's fucking snowing out? That's not even bad for historical accuracy, that's just plain bad common sense, but I guess people didn't have it back then either. Anyways, let's see what the actual marketing team comes up with this time, starting with the teaser that we saw on Twitter of soldiers jumping out of airplanes with the northern lights, as if the snow-covered landscape wasn't enough of a hint to say that this isn't a cold-ass place to set the tone that we're not going to be playing the D-Day mission for the 1000th time in this game. Instead, we're going sliding down the hills like the only thing that kids can actually do in Norway, or play hide-and-go-seek like this brother and sister team. Here's another douche canoe that slipped on ice and looked up long enough to catch a glimpse of the new directional destruction mechanic. And for Newton's third law, here's the Fortnitifications in great action for those camping little cum dumpsters, or if you want to build a snowman. Here's some more revisionist history with the bed intruder climbing in the windows, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husbands, and there's a tank with a Christmas tree camo on it. I wonder if it smells like that green air freshener even inside the armored vehicle. More destructions, explosions, and people falling on their back again. Seriously, can we get these motherfuckers some slip-resistant boots? And can't forget about those asshats that completely avoid confrontation, other than dropping turds on the battlefield as if the lesson wasn't learned from the heavy bomber in the previous Battlefield title. What's up with all these trailers and pilots that obviously didn't read the server rules about no jet ramming? This is the second time we've seen it. Maybe this is a tease of the Pacific Theater with the kamikaze fighters. Speaking of teases, this ends with a glimpse into the single-player trailer with some water under the bridge that is symbolism for how everyone should forget about the actual reveal trailer and instead focus on this more standardized Battlefield trailer to show off DICE's interpretation of World War II, as they were adamant about saying multiple times during this press conference. We had to wait a whole nother day to get to the War Stories trailer because unlike some other FPS games coming out later this year, this one actually has a campaign. It's narrated by some dumb shit that doesn't even follow Marvel movies to get a gist of Norse mythology, because even the Thor movies make you learn a little bit about it. Since there were definitely no lesbians during World War II, this is obviously a mother saving her daughter so that she can be a badass in the Norwegian resistance and carve up Nazis during their occupation, so throwing knives are confirmed to return from Battlefield Hardline. Here's a montage of all the action during the mission, which you already know will take less time than a half-an-hour sitcom on demand without all those fucking commercials in it. But hey, at least they salvaged the entire thing by pounding home the fact that there is no premium pass and no loot boxes.
No loot boxes, no premium pass.
Although there are definitely weekly items called airlifts, which contain cosmetics according to pre-order versions of the game, so we already know that that line is bullshit. Just by renaming a loot box to something else doesn't change the fact that it is a loot box. Even if it's not randomly generated, or even if you can't purchase the loot boxes, there's still items locked behind some sort of arbitrary wall. Oh, and they saved the biggest announcement for the end, that Battlefield 5 will be getting a Royale mode sometime after launch in the most awkward way possible.
You'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
It's Royale.
That announcement got kind of a strange reaction, right? Let's put it this way. If I was having sex with a girl that made that noise, I'd probably stop. I mean, they didn't even make the obvious pun Battlefield Royale. But hey, at least unlike in Call of Duty, Battlefield isn't sacrificing parts of its campaign in order to chase a trend and then have the nerve to charge full price for it.